Today I'm going to show you how to put together a fabulous 72-hour food kit using a milk jug. If you haven't already seen the written directions for this on our website, go to foodstorageMadeEasy.net, click on Getting Started, and from there's a link to our blog post called How to Make a 72-Hour Kit. So there's written directions there, a printable shopping list, printable contents list. So check that out first, then come on back here and I'll show you how to put it all together. So let's get started. First, you take your empty milk jug. Now you should have cleaned this out with bleach water's great. Let it dry. You don't want to have any old, nasty, rotten milk stuck inside your 72-hour kit. So make sure it's clean. Then you're going to go from the handle and go just perpendicular from it on the sides of the milk jug. I like to draw the outline of what I'm going to cut. It makes it easier for me. So you go about 1/3 to 1/2 the way down on both sides. And then you're going to come across as though they're going to meet in the middle, but you stop with about 2 to 3 inches of gap that you're not going to cut. That's going to make a hinge so you can open and close your jug. Then you grab a sharp knife. Cutco knives work great, and just kind of start cutting through it. I'm not going to make you wait while I cut the whole thing. I've already got one prepared just for this occasion. So here's the completed one. You can see how it opens and you fit everything right inside. Now here's all the food over here. Most of this stuff can be bought at Walmart. I'll tell you when there's an exception to that. So let's start with the heavy stuff first. You've got your pasta or stew. My family likes ravioli, so that works for us except for my husband. He's a stew guy. He hates ravioli. So for his kit, we customized the stew. Then everybody gets beanie weenies. These are really important because this is going to be your can to cook all of your food. This is a wing-tip stove, which are available from an emergency store. The one we use here in Utah is Emergency Essentials. If you don't have an emergency store close to you, you can go to Emergency Essentials website and order these straight off of there. There's a link to them from our website as well. So you take your beanie weenie can, whatever you're cooking, and it just sets right inside the stove like that. So that's why this is really important. It's 8 ounces. You can get the Great Values brand. That's what I've got. And the second thing you're going to need from the emergency supply store is your fuel pellets. These come in little packets that can be divided into 3. So you break off 1/3 of the tablet, and that fits right on the base of your stove. And then you light that with a match, and that'll cook 8 ounces of fluid or food. So that's why the beanie weenies can. 8 ounces is really important. So let's throw the wingtip stoves, as you can see. They close up nice and tight. It makes it kind of small. Let's put in our beef jerky next. You want to get 2 ounces, so I got a 2-ounce pack. That works. You can get the 2-ounce sticks if you like those better. As long as you've got 2 ounces, that's great. Then next, let's put in our soup. You can get these Lipton boxes of soup. They come with 2 envelopes, which is just what you need for one kit. So that works out really well. Now, a Lipton soup is normally 3 cups of water for 1 packet of soup, but we don't have something in our kits that can cook that much, plus you don't want to waste that much water necessarily if you're in an emergency situation. So just pour the soup into your beanie weenie can, fill the rest with water, and cook that up. Then you're going to get the nutrition of a whole packet of soup, but only using 8 ounces of water and only 1 fuel pellet. It'll just be a little more concentrated than you're used to. Let's throw in our spoons. They fit nicely in the bottom. The kit requires 3 spoons, 1 for each day. If you have extras, go ahead and throw them in. They don't take up much space. Now let's go with our oatmeal. Same as the soup. Pour the oatmeal in to the beanie weenie can, fill it with water, and cook it. Very easy. We've got some snacks that if you have really young children, you might want to kind of modify your kit. Raisins, hard candies, fruit roll-ups might not be great for a very young toddler. So you can try jelly beans or fruit snacks or anything that you might think will be better. We've used Easy Mac instead of beef jerky. Get your Jolly Ranchers or any hard candy. You need 9 pieces. And if you don't like any of the colors, like my husband refuses to eat purple and green ones, so we put those ones in our kids' kits. Then grab your granola bars, 2 granola bars. I like to do one of each flavor just to mix it up a little bit. You've got to have your matches. Make sure that they are still functioning. You don't want to have old matches in your kit and come to realize that they don't work. That'd be bad news. You've got 2 packages of gum. Then your fuel pellets. Now, with your stoves, you don't necessarily need to have 1 per kit. You could have 1 per family, but if you get separated or if you just don't want to have to deal with the slowness of cooking 1 thing at a time for 1 person at a time, you can grab a couple extra stoves. They're really cheap. But you do for sure need 3 packets of these fuel pellets for each kit. That's how you're going to cook all your food. Then last but not least, you have Tang and cocoa. It's a 1/4 cup each. I just poured them into these little Ziploc bags. Make sure you try to get all the air out so that they don't take up extra space. And same thing as the oatmeal and soup. Pour them into the beanie weenies can, fill it with water, cook the cocoa. The Tang you can just drink, obviously not heated. The Tang might be a little bit strong for that amount of liquid, but you'll still get all those calories in a 1/4 cup of juice, a 1/4 cup of the powder. You'll get all the calories for that with only using 8 ounces of water. So it's the same concept. You don't want to be wasting your water. That's going to be key in an emergency. So I've closed it up. Then you want to put the lid on. You don't want to have any gaps here, so that works great. And then all I'm going to do is tape it up, cover over each of the cuts that I made, and you can choose how intensely you want to tape it up. If you're going to leave them in your car, I would suggest taping them up pretty intensely because they're going to get jostled around a lot. If you're just going to keep them in your basement or by your door or whatever, then just doing 1 strip is probably going to be good enough. Okay, then the last step, uh-oh, I lost my paper. Hold on, just 1 second. The joys of home videos, huh? The last step is to grab your contents list. This is available on our website as well. And you're gonna personalize it. So this one is for my daughter Lexi, because last time I made 72-hour kits, she was not born yet. And the date packed is July 16th of 08. Now make sure to use it within 1 year. I did not do that, and so my kits were kind of nasty when I pulled them out. And you're going to tape it to the front of your milk jug. And again, I like to tape over the entire paper because if it happens to get wet, that's going to protect it so that you can still read it. So that usually takes about 3 strips of your packing tape. And that's it. Pretty easy. So that can just go in your car trunk or go in your food storage shelves. It's light, it's easy to carry, and perfect for an emergency. So make sure to go check out our website, foodstoragemadeeasy.net. We have tons of information on emergency preparedness, on building your food storage, and things like that. Thank you so much and have a great day.